Question number 851. Offences in which a compromise can be arrived at between the parties are bailable offences, non-cognizable offences, compoundable offences, non-compoundable offences. Here correct answer is option C, that is compoundable offences. Question number 852. A public servant having charge of translation of a document makes an incorrect translation of a document with an intent to cause injury to B. The offence committed by A is option A, non-cognizable, non-bailable, non-compoundable, all of the above. Correct answer here is option C, that is non-compoundable. Question number 853. Which one of the following offences is compoundable even without the permission of the court? Option A, voluntarily causing grievous hurt. Option B, causing miscarriage without a woman's consent. Option C, exploitation of a trafficking child. And option D, cheating. Here in question number 853, correct answer is option D, that is cheating. Question number 854. Who can withdraw a case from the prosecution under section 321 of CRPC? The state government, public prosecutor in charge of a case with the permission of the court, public prosecutor in charge of a case even without the permission of the court, district magistrate. Correct answer is option B, that is public prosecutor in charge of a case with the permission of the court. Question number 855. Any public prosecutor or assistant public prosecutor in charge of a case may, before the judgment is pronounced, withdraw from the prosecution of any person. For this, he has to take consent of central government, state government, court, all of the above. Correct answer here is option C, that is court. Question number 856. A prosecution can be withdrawn before the framing of charge, before the examination of witness, before the judgment is pronounced, none of the above. Correct answer is option C, that is before the judgment is pronounced. Question number 857. While exercising the power under section 321 of CRPC, the state must act in government's interest, public interest, party's interest, none of the above. Correct answer is option B, that is public interest. Question number 858. Prosecution of a case involving misappropriation of property belonging to the central government can be withdrawn by any public prosecutor on the direction of the state government, the public prosecutor appointed by the central government on the direction of the state government, the public prosecutor appointed by the state government on permission granted by the central government, any public prosecutor on the direction by the central government. Here correct answer is option C, that is the public prosecutor appointed by the state government on permission granted by the central government. Question number 859. The court, after the commencement of the prosecution evidence, allows the assistant public prosecutor to withdraw the prosecution. The accused shall be released, discharged, acquitted, none of the above. Correct answer is option C, that is acquitted. Question number 860. When an injury or trial relates to an offence committed under section 376 CRPC, the inquiry or trial shall be conducted within a period of option A, 4 weeks after the filing of a charge sheet, 8 weeks after the filing of charge sheet, 2 months after the filing of a charge sheet, 4 months after the filing of a charge sheet. Here correct answer is option C, that is 2 months after the filing of charge sheet. Question number 861. Can a magistrate inspect any place of commission of offence during trial? Option A, no, a magistrate cannot be a witness under section 310 of CRPC. No, a magistrate is concerned only to the case of prosecution under section 310 of CRPC. Yes, magistrate can inspect for proper appreciation of evidence under section 310 of CRPC. Yes, but the inspection will not be a part of a file. Here correct answer is option C, that is yes, magistrate can inspect for the proper appreciation of evidence under section 310 of CRPC. Option C will be the right answer. Question number 862. In case of an accused facing inquiry or trial, though not of unsound mind but not capable of understanding the proceedings, the court shall proceed with the inquiry or trial. The court shall not proceed with the inquiry or trial. The court may proceed with the inquiry or trial after obtaining the necessary orders from the High Court. And option D, the court may proceed with the inquiry or trial, and in the case the same results in conviction, forward the proceeding to the High Court along with the respect on which High Court shall pass orders as deemed fits. Here correct answer is option D. Question number 863. Under section 319 of CRPC, a person may be added as an additional accused on the basis of documents relied on by the prosecution, supplementary report of the investigating officer, evidence adduced in the case, and subsequent developments. Correct answer is option C, that is evidence adduced in the case. Question number 864. Can an accused added by the court invoking section 319 of CRPC plead for discharge? Here correct answer is option B, that is no. Question number 865. In which case did a 5-judge constitution bench of the Supreme Court consider the ambit and scope of section 319 of the CRPC? Here correct answer is option A, that is Hardeep Singh versus State of Punjab. Question number 866. Which one of the following statement is true? Option A, even an accused is not named in the charge sheet as an accused person, he could be proceeded against section 319 of CRPC. An order under section 319 CRPC can only be made on the request of the informant or any one of the witness, the proceeding against any person summoned under section 319 CRPC need not to be started afresh. An order under section 319 of CRPC is an administrative order. Here correct answer is option A. Even when a person is not named in the charge sheet, an accused person, he could be proceeded against under section 319 of CRPC. Question number 867. Constitution Bench of Supreme Court resolved the conflict of its earlier decision regarding the criminal court power in matters of adding additional accused in a criminal case in. Here correct answer is option A, that is Hardeep Singh versus State of Punjab and others. Question number 868. Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court in judgment Hardeep Singh versus State of Punjab decided on 10/1/2014 settled controversy regarding the law containing in section. Correct answer is section 319 of CRPC. Question number 869. At trial, it appears to the magistrate that the case ought to be tried by the Court of Session. In which section the court he shall commit the case? Here correct answer is option B, that is section 323. Question number 870. Besides section 209 of CRPC, which other section also provides for committal of the cases in the session courts? Here correct answer is option C, that is section 323. Question number 871. If after the evidence and the opinion of a magistrate accused is guilty, in which he does not have the right to punish the accused with the maximum punishment prescribed for the offence, then under which section with written opinion he can submit his proceedings and forward the accused to the Chief Judicial Magistrate? Here correct answer is option D, that is section 325 of CRPC. Question number 872. Whenever a magistrate is of the opinion after hearing the evidence for prosecution and the accused that the accused is guilty and that he ought to receive a severe punishment, then such magistrate is empowered to inflict. Magistrate may forward the case to. Correct answer is option B, that is Chief Judicial Magistrate. Question number 873. If the succeeding judicial magistrate is of opinion that further examination of any of the witnesses whose evidence has already been recorded is necessary in the interest of the justice, he may re-summon such witness, and after such further examination, cross-examination and re-examination, if any as he may permit, the witness shall be discharged. The provision is maintained under section dash of the CRPC. Here correct answer is option A, that is section 326 of CRPC. Question number 874. Which of the following is correct? Option A. Accused person is not a competent witness. Accused can be punished if he gives false answer examination under section 313 of CRPC. Option C. Conviction can be based upon the evidence partly recorded by one magistrate and partly recorded by another magistrate. Option D. Compounding of offence under section 320 clause 8 of CRPC does not have the effect of acquittal. Here in this question it has been asked which of the following statement is correct. Here C statement, that is conviction can be based upon evidence partly recorded by one magistrate and partly recorded by another magistrate is correct. Question number 875. Which provision of CRPC postulates that criminal courts would be open to which the public would generally have access save in exceptional cases? Correct answer is option B, that is section 327 CRPC. Question number 876. A magistrate to whom a complaint is made under section 340 and 341 of the CRPC shall, as far as may be, to deal with case as it were instituted. Option A, on a police report. Here A is the right answer. Question number 877. The provision of CRPC which may be invoked by a civil court is provided in section. Correct answer is option C, that is section 345 of CRPC. Question number 378. Discharge of offender on submission of apology is covered under section dash of the CRPC. Correct answer is option D, that is section 348 of CRPC. Question number 879. Which one of the following sections of CRPC deals with the language and contents of the judgment? Here correct answer is option B, that is section 354. Question number 880. A judgment contains concise statement of the case, the points for determination, the decision on the points of determinants and the reason thereof, all of the above. Correct answer obviously here is option D. Question number 881. Every judgment referred to section 353 of the CRPC shall be written in the language of the court. Here correct answer is option A, it is language of the court. Question number 882. In which case the presence of accused may be dispensed with at the time of delivering the judgment? Here options are when the personal attendance of the accused has already been dispensed with, when the judgment is of acquittal in both A and B. Here correct answer is option C, that is in both A and B. Question number 883. Section 354 clause 3 of CRPC provides pre-sentence hearing, reason for imposing death sentence, reason for not imposing death sentence, confirmation of death sentence by the High Court. Here correct answer is option B, that is reason for imposing death sentence. Question number 884. Under which section of CRPC the court can order with fine is not a part of sentence any amount to be paid by the accused as compensation? Correct answer is option C, that is section 357 clause 3 of CRPC. Question number 885. Judicial magistrate of first class convicted a man under section 420 IPC She now intends to impose a fine on the convict using her powers under section 357 clause 3 of CRPC. In the aforesaid context, which of the following statements are accurate? Here options are: the quantum of compensation cannot exceed rupees 10,000, the quantum of compensation cannot exceed rupees 5,000, the quantum of compensation cannot exceed rupees 1,000, there is no limit on the quantum of compensation that the magistrate may impose. Here correct answer is option D. That is, there is no limit on the quantum of compensation that the magistrate may impose. Question number 886. Which is the section recently inserted in the code of CRPC providing victim compensation scheme? Here correct answer is option C, that is section 357A of CRPC. Question number 887. Under section 357A clause 2 of CRPC, which one of the authorities is authorized to decide quantum of compensation? Session judge, CGM, district magistrate, state or district legal service authority. Here correct answer is option D, that is state or district legal service authority. Question number 888. A is the victim in a gang rape case. At the conclusions of the trial, the accused persons are convicted and sentenced to imprisonment and fine. The court orders the fine amount to be paid to A. As compensation, A has also filed an application for the compensation under section 357A of CRPC, which is pending considering before the contempt authority. In such a situation, option A, the fine cannot be paid to A as compensation since she has already filed an application for the compensation under section 357A of the CRPC. Option B, the state government can pay compensation under section 357A of CRPC in addition to the payment of fine as compensation to A under section 376D of IPC. Option C, the state government cannot pay compensation under section 357A of CRPC as the fine amount already been ordered to be paid to A as compensation. The state government shall pay compensation under section 357A of CRPC in addition to the payment of fine as compensation to A under section 376D of IPC only if the court mentions in the order and on sentence that the amount of fine is inadequate. In question number 888, here the correct answer is option B, that is the state government can pay compensation under section 357A of the CRPC in addition to the payment of fine as compensation to A under section 376D of IPC. Question number 389. Question number 889. The compensation to the victim under section 357 of CRPC can be passed by the trial court only, the appellate court, the revisional court, any of the above court. Correct answer is option D, that is any of the above court. Question number 890. The victim compensation scheme under section 357A was incorporated in, correct answer is option C, that is 2009. Question number 891. Under which of the following provision of CRPC compensation is paid to groundlessly arrested person? Here correct answer is option B, that is section 358. Question number 892. Whenever any person causes a police officer to arrest another person, if it is appeared to the magistrate by whom the case is heard that there was no sufficient ground of causing such arrest, the magistrate may award compensation to not exceeding 1,000 rupees. Here option A is the correct answer. Question number 893. Every state government dash the central government shall prepare a scheme for providing funds for the purpose of compensation in the victims. Here correct answer is option B, in coordination with. State government in coordination with the central government shall prepare a scheme for providing funds for the purpose of compensation to the victims. Question number 894. All hospitals, public or private, shall provide first aid and medical treatment free of cost to the victims of the offence of acid attack and rape. Here correct answer is option C, that is under section 357C or CRPC. Question number 895. Under CRPC, for which offence it is mandatory for all government and private hospitals to provide first aid to the victim and inform the police of such incident? Option A, under section 326A of IPC, under section 376A of IPC, under section 376C of IPC. Here correct answer is option D, that is all of them. Question number 896. Treatment of the victim has been incorporated under CRPC by Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013 under section 357C of CRPC. Question number 897. Under section 358, magistrate by whom the case is heard may award such compensation not exceed 1,000, 5,000, 3,000, 1,000 rupees to be paid to any person groundlessly arrested by the person so causing the arrest. Here correct answer is option D, that is 1,000 rupees to be paid to any person groundlessly arrested by the reason so causing the arrest. Question number 898. What is the maximum default sentence that can be awarded in case of non-payment of compensation under section 358 of CRPC? Option A, 60 days, option B, 30 days, option C, 90 days, and option D, 120 days. Correct answer is option B, that is 30 days. Question number 899. Which of the following sections of CRPC relates to release of offenders on probation of good conduct? Correct answer is option D, that is section 360. Question number 900. Which of the following fact cannot be considered by a magistrate in case of release of offender after due admonition? Option A, trivial nature of the offence, age of the offender, character of the offender, financial condition of the offender. Correct answer here is option D, that is financial condition of the offender cannot be considered by a magistrate in case of release of the offender after due admonition, whereas trivial nature of the offence, age of the offender and character of the offender can be considered.